YouTube, chicks. Get ready. You know what to do, chicks.
Look at Chick Smooth.
Hey, Chick Smooth, appreciate all the coverage that you've been doing. I've been watching your shit for a while. I just subscribed to your shit too, bro.
DL Hughley is on timing. Now, with election day coming up in about 43 days, things are getting pretty tense right now. Obviously, you have Trump on the Republican side, Kamala Harris for the Democrats. Depending on which narrative you decide to spew, which political party you decide to align yourself with, you just might find yourself in some hot water. Chingy was actually bullied out of performing at a Republican event. If you guys missed that story, please make sure you go follow my Instagram page at Chick Smooth. Chingy was actually booked to perform at this RNC event. The hip-hop community started calling him out, basically bullying him, and Chingy ended up dropping out of the event. Somebody actually called him out in the comments saying, "Damn, you a Trump supporter now?" Chingy says, "No, correction, I'm a Chingy supporter. My job is performing, not politics." Now, Chingy, come on, dog. You could just tell us, yo, they gave me a large amount of money right there, and I couldn't turn it down. Now, over the weekend, Janet Jackson actually spoke on Kamala Harris. When she was asked about America possibly being on the verge of voting in its first black female president, Kamala Harris, Janet Jackson said, "Well, you know what they supposedly said, right? She's not black. That's what I heard. She's Indian. Her father's white. That's what I was told. I mean, I haven't watched the news in a few days. I was told they discovered her father was white." Now, Kamala Harris's race and family background has been a huge talking point for Donald Trump and all the Republicans.
Some of your own supporters, including Republicans on Capitol Hill, have labeled Vice President Kamala Harris, who is the first black and Asian American woman to serve as vice president and be on a major party ticket, as a DEI hire. Is that acceptable language to you? Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is only on the ticket because she is a black woman?
Well, I can say, no, I think it's maybe a little bit different. So I've known her a long time indirectly, not directly very much. And she was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She is always identified as a black woman. She went to a historically black college.
I respect either one, but she obviously doesn't, because she was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn and she became a black person.
Just to be clear.
Now, DL Hughley was not having it. He said Janet Jackson's interview sounded like a Trump rally. For your information, it's a little ironic to question whether someone is black while you're breathing through the nose of a white woman. God damn. Kamala Harris looks the way she does because she has a mom from India and a dad from Jamaica. Janet Jackson looks the way she does because she has a plastic surgeon. Oh my gosh. All I know is Kamala looks like she did when she was in Oakland. But Janet don't look like she did when she was Penny. What the hell was in that iron? Now, after getting so much backlash from the fans, Janet and her team actually put out this apology. She deeply respects Vice President Kamala Harris and her accomplishments as a black and Indian woman. Janet apologizes for any confusion caused and acknowledges the importance of accurate representation in public discourse. We appreciate the opportunity to address this and will remain committed to promoting unity. Now, two things can be wrong here. Janet definitely spoke without having all the information about Kamala Harris and her background. I'm not even sure why her team allowed her to answer any political question at all. If you're not super informed on politics, it's best to just keep it moving and just keep it on music. Now, I'm sorry some of you guys might disagree, but Dio was out of pocket for coming at Janet for her looks. I get it that you support Kamala Harris and you actually want to see her win and get into office, but this should have been a teaching moment. Obviously, Janet spoke out of misinformation. There wasn't any malicious intent behind what she said about Kamala Harris. Now, a fan actually called out DL Hughley. She said, "Yo, I thought you were working to change how you were moving about disagreeing with black women. Isn't that what you said at the DNC? You can critique her without bringing her appearance into it. By the way, in all your work, have you fixed your relationship with your daughter yet?" Oh my gosh. Now, DL responds back to her saying there is no disagreement. She is lying. They didn't discover that Kamala's dad is white. Me making amends with a black woman I wronged doesn't apply to everyone. She said something irresponsible and silly, and I will never stop calling that out, black woman or not. DL, I get it, you want to stand on business for what you believe in, but with about 43 days left until election day, If somebody's not informed on something, it's best to actually correct them and not attack them for it. You don't gotta attack everybody that's misinformed. Not everybody is up on their political game like you are. But you guys get in the comments below. Do you guys think D.L. Hughley was out of pocket for going at Janet Jackson like this? Post your comments below. Subscribe to my channel, like this video. I'll see you guys later, man.
So if you watched the debate last night and you are anything other than a white male, and you have done something that no one's ever seen before, you recognize the circumstances. The thing about Donald Trump is, Donald Trump has been running for president since 2012, right? And the onus on him has never been to change. He's essentially the same man in 2016 that surprised the country and won that he is the iteration of last night. And one of the things that has happened is, he has never admitted defeat or even when he was wrong. So when you're never wrong, he's also said that he's never had an occasion to ask God for forgiveness. So you are a perfect man. You are the same man you were in 2016, and they keep accepting that from you. There's no incentive for you to admit that you were wrong, to admit that you lost. There's no reason to change. I heard one Republican pundit before the debate opine about how he was like Muhammad Ali. He was, but not the Muhammad Ali from Rumble in the Jungle. The Muhammad Ali that fought Larry Holmes. Donald Trump has been the same. He is the most predictable political personality in history. You know what he's going to do. He is going to lie. He's going to use tropes. He's going to shout. He's going to demean you. He is predictable. And the one thing when you're facing an opponent that you already know his moves, he's easier to beat. He's easier to beat. He fights. He never has to learn an opponent because he can make things up about it. He can say black people eat dogs. He can say, well, of course they murdered these people, and he never has to change because Mike Bloomberg did it too. And of course, I didn't have to learn anything from January 6th because I was right, and of course I won the election. The onus on him is never to change. Except the problem is that he was fighting Kamala Harris. He wasn't fighting Joe Biden from 2020. He wasn't fighting for Joe Biden from 2024. He wasn't fighting Kamala Harris. He wasn't debating Kamala Harris from 2019. He was fighting the iteration of her now. And any black person or brown person who is doing something that has never been done before has seen men like this before. They know what he is. There's some of you right now within the sound of my voice are looking at that very iteration of that man.